But pistol round is coming in. We are ready for the game. We do see a grenade and kits on Dweezil, and quite keen for this.
Oh wow, it's a big grenade. Where I wonder where he's going to position that's going to be perhaps in a high impact player, because it seems the whole of Big 5 are moving towards this apps area. We're looking at an apps burst slowly with the smoke from CT. No doubt going to flash him out of T-ramp here. This looks like a very fast push, and this CT's on complete retake setup.
Yeah, they're falling back. We've gone CT smoke. It looks like they're going through the CT smoke with that pop flash that we've seen. All the mini-map 3 players in CT spawn contesting. Trey's going back and forth in the favor of Big 5. Post plant is about to come in score.
This is really aggressive from Big 5 here, taking a lot of position and a big risk as well. Dweezil wrapping in here from Connector, but now that CT position is so beneficial, but Raid gets a kill. Tianki trades him out instantly. Now they've got that CT control. This makes it very difficult for the CTs to retake it. Dweezil's got that nade. Can he land money? It looks like it's good. Hits Custom quite a bit, but now the crossfire is coming to effect here. Custom holding the CT spawn with assistance from T-Ramp, making it difficult for Dweezil. 1v2, he gets one, but is there enough time? He's got the kit, but slowly gonna step out here.
Gets the trade, gets the kill, closes the round, yeah. Very strong pistol, very unusual pistol if you look at that. I mean, not many teams smoke CT spawn and then pop flash through it, leaving, connector, leaving jungle open, very exposed towards the CT side, but thankfully they didn't get picked off then. The pistol by Big 5 nonetheless.
Yeah, and I mean, it forced some awkward rotations out of the CTs. They're not able to trade off that CT control here, so it puts them into a full invested round here. They're stacking towards the speed bomb site, perhaps have an inkling towards where Big 5 tend to go, but they're taking it slow outside the middle. Takbok gonna try bait out some mutual or show some presence here towards the B bomb site, but again, nothing committed as of yet.
Yeah, this is just a smoke to block off information from the CT. Just some player jump spotting there by Van, but mid control is coming out of the Big 5 squad. We've seen the window smoke. They're taking it nice and easy, not giving away any sound cues there. Pop flash, but come in just to clear connector. Pretty standard.
Yeah, and they've taken this middle control. We spoke about it earlier, and already Big 5 taken a lot of control here away from the side of Energy Esports, slowly drifting towards the speed bomb site though, and lovely nade there to tag Blaze, but he's still got a lot of cat control here, and it seems like Big 5 are taking this all to the B bomb side. It's a big stack from Ian, so this is not good.
Well, at least they got a split, 2 angles coming into the B side. That's the only thing that's favoring them, as well as the guns that they have here. Molly for car about to come out. Just to clear top of bulk at the least.
Yeah, but this is a big stack. Tianki comes in with the split. There we go. He draws the tension, and here comes the split. Quick breach here by Big 5, catching the CT players with a beautiful, as you mentioned, wow. Just wrapping the side completely and just pulling all those players off their comfort crossfires, ultimately leaving Mr. in a 1v4 here. 1v3, he trades one out, but takes a little bit of damage doing so, runs away instantly, gonna save that armor.
Smart decision by the boys. Smart decision to save that armor, the grenade, and 5-7 for the next round, just to give him some buffer going into it. But yeah, looking at that, Mr. Flame with fire, looking at that spray down there. The gully isn't favorable for the spray guns, but Tianki able to control that spray. But yeah, just going back into that whole split there, I was very phased, or not phased, just worried, as didn't get any information towards the A side before committing to that B. But the split is the one thing you need to look for. I mean, 5 manning into that small choke point, another B is very deadly, especially against a force bar like that. But Big 5 do prevail.
Yeah, they do. And now a reverse stack here for the side of Ian, all going towards that A bomb side, a lot less in the round compared to the last. So Big 5 slowly taking that control towards the slowest position to again maintain that middle presence or middle control. Absolutely no movement or aggressive movement coming out of the CTs here. So slow and steady for Big 5 should win the race here on this anti-eco.
Yeah, 3 grenades and a flashbang. Maybe looking for an airstrike either towards Connect or a ramp. Flashbang just to give them some space to work with, at least to contest for any fights. But it looks like they're going to the same routine, just not so much towards the mid side. The B players just pop smoke for the car, just to cut off information like the previous round.
Yeah, and having faith with the push here again. It looks like a player's going to move on towards A here to get some sort of info. Spots 1, spots 2, the jig.
There's the airstrike grenade coming in. Yeah, Adam, quick flick into Slowy. Ooh.
He flicked him, but I mean, ultimately that confirms what
Then around by 2 players there. Raid with the 3 kills to open the round up, and then
the doors and getting
Brave.
tagged in the middle. Nothing really happening after this. And immediately a big flag from Dweezil. He's making this work. Oh, beautiful work from him. And it's a bloody trade out here in the middle. And it again leaves Mr. 5 with only Zeo left here. Gets grabbed through the door, and Energy take that round with another beautiful stuff from him. Zeo, great shot from Blaze. crazy stuff here, and they managed to hold it with just distance. ADM for a lot of work here, gets one, gets two, can he pull this off? A lot of work to still do here for the CTs. No kid on their side, unfortunately. ADM doesn't really know what's going on inside, needs to spot pretty soon. Holding the angle, picks off Flexi, 1v1, Hakim versus ADM, and Hakim closes it down. It is Hakim.
Yeah, that was very messy round. It's exactly what Sinister 5 needed. This feels like a momentum.
It's on Slowy, so that they can take this a little bit slow if they want to, but they're pushing out, and Energy are taking these fights, and
trades back and forth.
And that flank comes into play there. Flexi able to get that pick off and immediately trade it out. So 3v1 situation here, missed him again, left alone to make things work here. Wow.
Okay.
What a way
What's
to
a scope?
end the half. Yeah, no,
What a
no
scope?
need. No need for a scope there. 11.5 to the side of Energy Esports here. Very, very good start to this match.
Onto the board.
Yep, Dobson's getting flashed back here. Going for it. Oh, gets one. Looks another one. This is nuts stuff from him. Renz manages to finally trade him out. Beautiful stuff coming out of Doms. Black Hammer speechless here on this side.
I mean, it's not just sitting against an orc, so you don't really expect him to have to control. I mean, the reset of those
Or supporting Util from their teammates. So
look at this cat push. Oh, Adam finds them out. Can't be too sneaky and does too. It is quite a big map.
lovely.
Meow.
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 Another shot coming out of Flexi there. Raid cleans up the A bomb sites as they move in and try and wrap this wrap CT. Oh, beautiful spray there from Raid, and they quite easily take that eco round. But again, nothing really invested into it. We should see quite a few guns come out of Sin 5. But here it comes. Reach out of top, Mask. And here's Big 5 playing completely disciplined, far back, slowly taking that B control, waiting for all sorts of aggression. You can see they've still got a player defending in towards T-Spawn. They're covering any sort of A push. Energy haven't given them much so far. Been very passive on their anti-ecos as well. But yeah, Big 5 slowly moving into taking their control.
A little bit of a foiled grenade there, but yeah, just some upgraded pistols, some armor. Deal some damage, perhaps even lead towards a round on the board. They are 4-0 down, so they need to punch back soon.
Yeah, and this looks like another B squeeze is happening here, but Energy do seem to feel that it is happening as they've rotated 2 players through CT spawn. Should have been heard though already, so Big 5 should have an idea that the players are aware this is happening. And doesn't manage to catch him, does Weasel, and Slow. He's holding the connector flank, gets that frag. Custom clears out the Balkan. This leaves Mistim and Raid into the bomb site, but Mistim only manages to get one. Custom is soon to find the final player of Mistim, which eventually results in 2 players being left. But another clean round here, 5-0. Again, a buy round coming out of Energy this round, so this, they need to win this round. It's looking uncomfortable already.
Big 5 seem to be favoring that B side quite a lot, just on the anti-ecos in the first gun round, so perhaps that's going to lean the CT defense towards the try counter that. And a change of pace in the opposite direction might be just the right thing they needed. But Dweezil does have that off, needs to make an impact.
Yeah, he needs to take it and get some sort of aggressive information, and maybe towards the A-bomb side is the better option. But now you see the default has been switched over. Takbok creating the same presence here towards B, so having a feeling that it's kind of a similar thing. You can see Mr. moving back towards that window, but all the players are stacked towards that A-bomb side. Nothing committed though, as they retreat out of middle, they retreat out of B, so this does look like they're going to move towards that A-bomb side.
Yeah, just a close A ramp setup from the CT team. I like it because when you don't have to use utility towards the A ramp, you can hold on to it. And as soon as you'll hear that exec or the pins being pulled, they can just smoke it off itself and fall back and just delay as much time as possible for the rotation. We do see Takbok picking up the bomb. This exec should be coming in at any moment now. Let's see if the CTs respond the right way with counter util.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got lots of it still left here. Takbok or Dweezil still posting this angle, but there we go. As you said, smoked it off as the execute's about to come in, but Big 5 are going to commit you outside of the balcony. Gets picked off there, but gets traded out by Raid. Perhaps it's a little bit long there on the peak, but gets down underneath the balcony. Flashes come in from the support. Raid with another kill, and now the Big 5 breach has been broken. 3 players getting split between triple, split underneath balcony. Custom makes quick work with them. sees the third, isn't managed to take it down. Spartan, 1v2, he's done it before, can he do it again? He moves over over the stairs here, spots into CT. He does have vision of one player, and he sees the other. This becomes a lot easier now. Picks one. Can he get the final play in ADM? He doesn't have the bomb yet. Time is ticking. This is soon going to become an issue to him. He has to push towards the side. ADM crouches and peeks and manages to take the frag. Finally, some breathing room for Energy Esports.
A lot of patience by Adam on the clutch. He didn't move an inch, and if he did, it was almost as if he didn't notice it. Beautiful patience there. Good clutch coming out of him. A big run that actually needed just to break the momentum of Big 5. You know, the money is still lacking a bit there. They need to just start string a few together.
Yeah, they got very little frags, yeah, and even in that round, surviving with nothing but one rifle that they were able to carry into the next round, with the AWP at least, and the rest with pretty weakened weaponry. But Big 5 full AK buy here, favoring that mid control at the start, moving a player towards that lowest region, or no, towards this BAPS, and yep, slowly taking this mid. They gotta be careful. They know that the AWP is available on the side of EN.
Pop flash for connector, as we've seen before. Part of the protocol.
Yeah, following
now,
it nicely.
Bump going back towards the A side. This is where they look to finish.
It's the stock standard stuff coming out of Big 5 here. Looking for that peek from Connector and aggression in the middle to clear him out. Beautiful stuff there from Tianki, holding it down. Take the man advantage here in this gun round. And we see the bombs shifting towards that B bomb site. Maybe Big 5 feeling like they've had some success there. There's no reason to overcommit as they manage to cipher their way into this jungle area. This is going to make a really, really difficult wrap to deal with. But it seems the CTs are kind of aware of it, as Raiders watching this position does manage to pick off Spot. Now the odds are even. Where are the T's going? Not too sure the CTs at the moment, but we can see the bomb is moving towards B app, so a late round execute. We should see here Raid regaining control in the window room.
Bit of a misplay there by Spot, and not waiting for his team to be ready before making contact or deciding on where they want to end up, but still some indecision at the moment. But they're heading towards the B side. Tuckbok going towards Cat, clearing it out. Custom pulling a big fake here towards the A side. Or even got the player, missed them, and CT spawn making different decisions. Tuckbok, crazy flick, but this still has two players to deal with. He's leaving, gets a trade, gets a second, stays alive with that in fact. A lot of work needs to be done here by Slow. He needs to take his time, find these engagements. Oh, Dweezil with the 3K. Custom, a bit far. This is going to be very tough for him, Dweezil, as he get the 4. Indeed, he does.
Power stuff. Power stuff there from Dweezil, holding that bomb site, and that pillar specifically like an absolute boss. Really putting, and I think that's where the breach fell apart, was when unfortunately Spartan got picked off in CT, kind of gave the CTs a good idea of where the breach was happening, and unfortunately Dweezil just going absolutely ham there at the back of the side. That gives them some room, and that forces Big 5 onto Deagles. The first time they've actually had to dig in their pockets for and found nothing. So
yeah, a change in pace, a change in round.
And a fast A breach looks to be coming here. There's a lot of players dwindling towards this A ramp. They're playing around in the smoke. It's very dangerous at the moment, but soon they'll be able to breach together. Again, no util, nothing really invested in this. Missed them. Gonna smoke them off. I have a feeling they're gonna push through that smoke because they're gonna get anti soon. The CTs have a good idea that they are waiting outside of that A ramp. But nothing committed just yet. Tuckborg still holding some sort of presence towards this BAPS, but falling back. Gonna move towards Slowers most likely and try and just flank if he could, or just make some noise here towards middle to pull the players out. But this breach should be walking up into this A ramp. Very defensive is the setup on the CT side.
Just upgraded pistols, yo. Raid, good positioning. Been there before. Gets money with that MP9 as well. Looking for more. Gets the second. He's gonna keep dancing, keep looking for more. They will allow this. Missed him, does come in and chipping in for that extra support there. Just Tanky's left alive. Dealt with. Raid picking up some money.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. You know, very, very disciplined to always just keep on pop flash step. No, just giving away free frags, and unfortunately with no util on the side of Big 5, once they're all grouped up into that ramp area, very difficult to trade, very difficult to support. So the round goes the way of EN as expected, but now Big 5 with an AK purchase, a little bit weak on Slowy, but as he favors the util to support the teammates into the site. But moving towards this middle control is Slowy, gonna standard flash, standard connector molly here to stop any sort of shenanigans happening on in that connector. Window smoke has landed this time, so it seems like some aggressive cat control is the call. Slowy already getting flashed in there. Beautiful from stuff from Custom, holding this A ramp, and that's the first time the aggression has come out, and the first time that it is brutally punished. But missed him. Punishes this control taken by Big 5 by sneaking into there. Traded out. Beautiful double peek there from the side of Energy Esports, catching them unawares. Tuckbok moving furiously in towards this bomb site. Gets picked off by ADM though, so this is a 2v4 situation. Both players seem to be moving towards this T-bomb side, and that push was shut down pretty quickly.
Yeah, Raid about to fall into 2 plays here. Gets the first, gets traded out at the least. Spartan 1v3s. Nearly get the bomb down and try get the best positioning for him to do this 1v3. He's need to find some one-on-one engagements.
Yeah, he doesn't unfortunately look towards stairs where the one via one would have presented himself, but both players moving slowly and cautiously towards Spartan from CT Spawn as he plays in that back corner box area. And now the retake has commenced. They must have a good idea that he's there. They've eliminated quite a few spots now. They throw a smoke that duffs, and it kind of gives him a little bit of room to work with.
He's sticking it. He's sticking it.
Does 6 it, and he gets the bomb defuse. Spartan reacting a little bit late there, but I mean, with all considered, that was a decent bomb plant. Manages to get a weapon out the side of the CT's hands as well. But yeah, I mean, that puts the economic situation for Big 5 into further turmoil here.
Yeah, I mean, they did get the opener that round. It's just the response from Energy Esports on Cat, bringing back 2 of their own, put them in quite a tough spot. Not only that, but, you know, Tuckbot going down and upper B, but we do see this exec, the McDonald's smokes, the flashes, they raining in now. Blaze and Adam, and be more prepared. These counter utils are coming in. This nade is going to be big. It does so much more than actually gets a kill there.
Wow, this is beautiful news for them. They're stopping this window rush, but the T's have snuck through, but haven't caused too much damage yet. Custom unable to convert the frag. Tianki with 2 huge deagle shots there, opening up the bomb site. But 2v2.
Look what that bomb is. I mean, they can just reset, take it slow, find out where these 2 CTs are, and replay this round from the beginning. Missed him, does have a good idea where Slowy is, picks him off, in fact. But Slowy got a deagle, a flash, and a Molotov to work with.
Yeah,
2v1.
But Tianki is moving all the way through T-spawn. He's actually got quite a bit of space here at the moment, able to move towards the A bomb side without the CTs realizing too quickly, so he will get this bomb down.
Gets the bomb down, first job done, first part of the post plant done. He's going to need to, again, just like Spartan, try find a one-on-one engagement. He's going to look at CT spawn. Won't see much there at all as both players are coming from the front, coming from connector. Flash comes in from Mistim to give him some space just to move around.
Yeah, they're where his CT's positioning here, flashing it or mollying it off now. Oh, but he mollies the bomb, beautiful stuff. Red has the smoke though, sticking the bomb. Pop flash coming through from Tanky. He's spamming the bomb, and support comes in from Mistim, fuses the bomb, and Energy Esports takes that round.
Yeah, I mean, getting the bomb down was as much as you could do there. But next gun run coming in slowly, picking up the ult for the first time in this half. Dweezil, how's he going to respond?
Yeah, well, I mean, first, like you say, first time he's picking it up in this half. Haven't needed it up until this point now when they've lost a few rounds in succession. So, going to be critical with what he can do here. Looking for that connector peak, but aggressive aggression up middle. He does manage to pick him off. Yeah, Mistim is still holding aggressively in middle, and he does manage to trade his way out. He gets 1, he gets 2 in Tianki. Spartan looking to trade him out. Does get a lot of damage. Isn't able to do the job though. A nice man advantage gained and forces an aggressive peek out of ramp to try and balance the odds, but Dweezil, wiser to it, manages to get the frag. 4v2 situation here.
Yeah, they're going to have to just try to do some damage control here, Big 5. They do have time to work, which is in their favor. There is a 4v2, so the defense is pretty flat right now, more skewed towards the A side, so they have to just try on some space. They got util as well, so that isn't also in their favor.
Yep, they've been spotted now. Take a pot shot on Dweezil, and now the flash comes in for ADM. Isn't able to convert any of the frags, but knows where both of the T's are. Now the CTs can just reposition themselves. Lazy, he moves towards lowers here, catches them by surprise, moves back. Beautiful discipline from him. And now Big 5 are cornered off between a rock and a hard place. Just still stuck in that middle area. They need to start heading towards the bomb site here.
Yeah, they're boxed in at the moment. Tuckbox even down in 243 HP. They know exactly where they are in middle. They're all trained on them. They even smoke top connector. They're going to need a miracle to get out of a spot like this.
Yeah, the thing is, if they can just walk through the smoke here, it's going to put them in quite a nice position. Dweezil gives his position away. He's going to get flashed back by Spartan, but it's that play in that A apps that's going to be the problem here. He needs to provide adequate cover for his teammates, and he does manage to get the bomb down from Mistim. Does spam, reveals his position, and now Spartan gets picked off by him. So now, mollied out, and it's a huge lot of work here for Blackboard to do on his own.
I mean, they know he is, yeah. It was always going to be a tough spot, especially against 4 players, especially when they know where both of the 2 players are.
But again, a nice bomb plant, you know, gathered there. But it seems like Energy don't mind playing that retake or playing that very defensive structure, rather just, you know, make sure we don't lose the round to something silly. And they've got 6 on the board, 6 on the board, just 6 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Takpo's coming out. At least, you know, they're keeping money coming in for the Big 5 squad. At least they're getting those bomb plots down. At least they're shaving some. Also, you know, getting kills from the CT side, shaving their money, keeping them pretty balanced. But yeah, it just seems like the early initial phase of the round, they're getting it right. They're always getting the initial pick, but they're just losing 2 more numbers straight after that. Perhaps, you know, they need to just take it a bit slower, reset after that initial engagement, let the CTs reset their defense before taking that second contact or, you know, finishing onto a bomb site.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that was working for them well. And, you know, once they forced the hands of the CTs to push to the likes of Custom and to push on the other areas of the map, that's where they were finding, you know, that sort of benefit. And early in the round, they are getting that early pick, especially now with, you know, having the AWP in the hands of Slowey. Let's see if they can, if he can do something with that now and they can capitalize off it. But Energy so far showing a huge resilience here on the CT side of Mirage.
Yeah, slow defaults as we've seen before. Mid control coming in, Takpok, the same as Smokey's done before. You know, it does a lot of work. It keeps 2 plays always set on that B side because you never know what's coming in, whether it's going to be an exec behind a smoke like that. But he eats a nade. Not too good for him.
Not so good, but I mean, again, look how much smoke how much work that smoke does. It keeps quite a strong presence needed towards that B bomb site because, like you say, you know, at any point the CTs can, I mean, the terrorists can waterfall out of that area, and they haven't got much information elsewhere on the map aggressively, at least, especially not on A. So it's going to come down to this player that's in window that can maybe hold his own and make sure that he gets the correct info and communicates it to his team. An aggressive position, gets a flash, gets 1, gets 2.
That's a double.
Crazy stuff coming out of ADM. They're really aggressive peak, but information nonetheless. And wow,
What?
wow. I'm just going to stop there.
Vac to confirm. Vac Custom going to look to return the favor back to a 3v3. We do have still Muslim sitting on ticket. They're going to have to try dissect this.
Yeah,
has to show a lot of patience as well. He doesn't want to be caught isolated. They're taking a 1v1 duel.
Yep, but he's been spotted now. Custom able to get him out, spot him out with that flashbang. Gets the pick as well. Support flash raining in though. Aggressive positioning from Blaze. Can allow him to stop this bomb plant though. Doesn't take it. Does flash though. Pushes slowly off the side, but he gets behind the box. Now he's safe. Blaze still stuck in the city spawn. They know where he is. His support is coming through connector though. And yeah, there comes the molly for Slowey, pushing him out of position. He takes the shot just to go down with him, and he gets one. He's gonna look for the second. Dweezil left in a 1v3 here with very defensive positions, and I like that they're not pushing him. He tries to go insane. Takpok manages to tag him. Now the hunt is on. He's going to try and push him off that AWP. He doesn't want to let him set this for the next round. But gets punished for it. Custom. Wow. Disgusting stuff coming out of Dweezil. Yeah, punishing the aggression from the T's. They're trying to take that gun out of his hands, and this is why he's making a statement as to why he must keep it, or why it's such a problem for him to have it. Just ripping them apart there.
But at least we're seeing the AWP onto the play. I mean, this gun is very pivotal, very important, and just keeping it alive there, as we've seen. Going into the next round, going to keep the economy at a certain level, a decent level nonetheless. But good run on the board for Big 5 Esports. Going to look to string a few more together as...
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice round to come back. They haven't managed to have success in quite some time, so that'll give them some confidence going into this one. Levels out the CT economy as well. Slowey still got that AWP, still can make it effective like he did the last round. So, yep, as we see, standard stuff coming out of them again with that default control towards that mid area. And Slowey taking that B shot, moving aggressively here, gonna molly him or push him back, force some sort of assistance in towards that B bomb site. Tianki gonna take further push or further control here in middle.
Yeah, Slowey at least forcing Blaze back to more defensive posturing position. By the indication of this default, it looks like they are gonna maybe lean towards the B side here, as I've seen in the radar, but no. In fact, it's the opposite.
Yeah, you can see Customs getting deeper into that apps there as this bomb gets rotated through T-spawn. You can see they're not too sure. Custom has left that A ramp open for quite some time, and they have been aggressive there before, so team's not too sure what's going on here, but this bomb site is heavily stacked towards B here. Takpok is creating a huge amount of presence here, forcing so many CTs to be stuck there. ADM still sitting in the short, no real control, smokes it off as well, so he's not really sure what's going on as well, and this is when the Big 5 hits dangerous.
This helps Takpok actually, this cat smoke here. He can just go up connected late round when he needs to, but this molly slows down the push. Pop flash, perfect. Raid gets one, even escapes with his life intact. Molly, perfect support. Molly for Slowy getting a trade there. Missed him. Burning Slowy alive.
Tuckball coming in through with that flank like you mentioned, but it's too little too late here. Spots a play on triple there. Unawares has missed him. 3v2 now. This is very, very doable. Spartan going to get that bomb plot. Get spotted by the player. Cat Blaze playing very slowly here towards CT. Spartan going to probably try to get aggressive. Doesn't actually aggress on that flashbang. Dweezil's rotating through shorts, and now the retake is starting to squeeze. Big five. Spartan in a lot of trouble here. Gets picked off by Blaze, and now it's 3v1. Tuckball with a lot of work to do. He's in that A ramp position, but they're obviously well aware of it. Dweezil with the molly gonna flash out. Another flash. He's so blind. He can't do anything.
Can't see.
That's as white as he's white. He couldn't do anything about that. Nothing he could do.
Yeah. Good retake nonetheless from Energy Esports. Nice and patient.
Yeah. Now we're just trading rounds, but again, I mean, 6 rounds on the side of Big 5 already on the T side. You're not going to be too mad about that if it stays that way, but I'm sure they want to just get one more on the board here, and it's really, really even half, and I'd be happy going onto the CTs with that sort of scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, late round, as you can see, NSG Esports, I mean, they've retained a lot of their util, especially on the A side in early round. So as you saw there, that molly and counter flash coming in and A ramp destroying that push. But good cat split coming in here. Adam needs to be aware of what's happening. Does get one. Spartan needs to chase him down. Does in fact do so. Blaze left alone in the side here. Splits coming in. He needs to lock it down. Lock down the fort. He's locked in van. Support.
Gets a smoke out there, but gets wrecked through the smoke there by Tuckball. Crazy stuff. 4v3 situation here. Raid aggressively positions himself, gets flashed off, but doesn't really do anything except for, you know, give them a trade frag in return. But now 3v3, they managed to smoke off that kitchen window, making this retake quite tough, especially considering there's no flank tools.
Yeah, they do have a lot of kit left for this retake, even, you know, disregarding the window's been smoked off. We do see Raid out window. We do see they will be flushing out the guy in my van just about now. Tuckbok does get a response, killing Raid in short there. Tuckbok 2v1 does the good work there.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Tuckbok has opened up this round so much, and that was, I mean, that was 4K, I believe. Great stuff from Tucky over there.
Looked a bit dicey, yeah, definitely.
Opened up the site, but he held it strong, and he gets that round for Big 5. It seems like we've got a pause coming in here from the side of EN.
I mean, not only did he open up that side, he locked out the rotation with that smoke and window and ended up closing the round there. So, like, if this is actually ESEA, so the RWS must be crazy from that round.
Cashing in on that RWS. R-dubs. Love that R-dubs. Yeah, and we'll see. We'll keep an eye there on the stats and discuss who gets the most of those as this game unfolds. But final round of the hockey, I'd like to see a little bit more risk coming out of Energy. I'd like some sort of aggressive
Definitely. I mean, most of the rounds they've lost has been on the B side, whether it was a split or straight hit.
Seem to have lost some players here on the.
A lot of players.
Yeah.
Just checking on that internet. Well, it is the 2 Joe Burgers, Slowy and Tianki's. Perhaps they're learning. Not too sure, but yeah, I like to see like a change in pace from the CT team. They've only aggressed middle once, and out of that mid aggression, that's where they actually netted the round that almost reset Big 5. So something of that sort needs to come and play. We do see a Famas and Raid playing on the A side. It's not the best gun, you know, the best rifle out there.
No, I'm not a fan personally. But you know, if you haven't got bucks, you haven't got bucks. And unfortunately, they've lost the last couple of rounds. So what's been close at least, so it's a bit difficult there to maintain that CT economy. But at the moment, I mean, like, I must agree with you. Definitely want to see some sort of big risks come out of the CTs here. I mean, Custom's only been in those apartments, you know, once or twice, and that's kind of in the late round. So if they can get some sort of aggressive position there in the apps and eliminate that A breach, they could get a lot more space towards mid, towards B, because that's where their main concern is. They're concerned about Big 5 just ultimately hitting that B bomb site time and time again, and that's what's putting them in this tough this guessing game, if you will. And that's why I believe that they need to get a little bit more extra information, because right now it feels like Big 5 are outmaneuvering them.
I mean, not only do they need to get the initial phase of the CT round right, they also need to get the reactions right. You know, as soon as we saw last round that B split came in, we saw Adam just holding it down in Cat, and you know, Blaze playing in South. They're both sitting in spots of isolation. I mean, Adam went down, then Blaze went down, and normally you would like to see them either both playing Cat to just let B be retook, and with more numbers, or stack towards the site and let the connector player deal with Cat. But they need to sort out those reactions.
But I mean, in that's been pretty tough for them because Big Five have put a lot of emphasis on maintaining that mid control, which comes with cutting off window, getting that flashing any sort of play or any sort of aggression in both short and cat, and getting up into that connector, smoking it off, eliminating the amount of angles that they can be re-challenged, from middle. That ADM had a lot of success that run getting a double frag when they peaked or flash peaked middle, but I haven't seen much more of that.
Yeah, I mean, they are allowing Big Five to take middle control. We do see they constantly have two players sitting on the A side, so there's not much of a connector presence or a bottom connector. Smoke sort of that mid round that they're stacking up just to hold them off from splitting, whether they go towards A, towards B. So they're trusting their side to holds mostly, trusting to make the right rotation mid round. So, too much trust perhaps sort of lean towards there rather than the actual setup, trusting, the setup where they aggro middle, get the initial kill, then go back to that neutral defense. I mean, they aren't really running up A ramp or running out Palace, right?
No sort of. I mean, the fastest round they had was very, very early on. It was the first buy round. There was a rush B that put very quiet towards their bomb side.
Yeah, fair enough. But two players. Let me just check what's going on here with them.
It seems Slowly is still offline from what I can see, so obviously having some sort of connection issue. And if you say that him and Tiana actually landing, then yeah, very well could be a
There we go. We got Tianki back online, at least.
Now there we go. Yeah. Hope is restored.
Just looking at these guns here bought by the CT squad. They definitely need to make a power play out of this, whether it's a lowest push, whether it's an A ramp push, but they need to get these guns into close quarter engagements at the least.
Yeah, agreed. And we haven't seen any sort of lowers aggression as well coming out of the CTs, which is something that you pull off at least one round or whatever. So I mean that could favour the sewing machine or the 5-7 of Mr. if he is able to be patient and catch a player's unawares. I don't believe Big Five have been clearing it every single round. Most of the time it's just tucked there alone, waiting and using that smoke towards that B side. So I mean we'll see where they decide to position these short range guns, but important stuff's going to again happen in middle where Big Five are favored towards or favored going, and if they should know that the economy is pretty weak here on the CT side.
Yeah, I just can't really see the loss bonus there, so I'm not too sure, but I do agree with that. And Big Five have been playing sort of a similar style throughout the 15 rounds, so perhaps the CTs have gained some information as to where they could just find an opening or find vulnerabilities for them to attack, especially with the guns we've mentioned.
Yeah, a lot of guests going here in the.
A lot of guesses
going on here in this free slam, but
I'm gonna just see if I can. Let me see these spawns. I'm gonna call what they're gonna do. Let's see if they follow suit. Oh, none of these spawns are kind of favorable towards lowers, except the guy with the A1. You don't want to really lose one of two good rifles early on, so that's a bit of a gamble there, especially with the guy with the most util.
No,
that's no lowers push.
no lowers going out of Dweezil.
They do have two players geared towards the A side. Let me see if they're actually the B players. Raid and Adam. Nope, that's not gonna be an A round take. Yeah, Roller.
More guesses. Slowly still offline here. I see Tianki has joined the server, but Slowly still seems to have lost connection. So
okay, so Mistim's got his crosshair going left and right, so he's definitely playing something passive this round. He's got no kit on him as well. Who else? Yeah, Raid. What gun does he have there? I think also a 5.7.
No, it seems
he's a family.
It seems that Mistim got an upgrade, and now he's stuck with the 5.7. It looks like Mistim's now got the rifle.
I mean, they could have sacrificed head armor to get some utility, to be frank, or better gun.
Especially with the AK-47s on the side of Big Five, and if it's all one-shot kill in the head, or if he's shot by Slowy, so definitely could have got some additional weaponry there from or at least util. But yeah, final round of the half here. Still 7-7. Both in this game, no matter which way this round goes, I believe both teams are going to be pretty confident or pretty, happy in going into the round.
I think Big Five will be happier if they get 8 rounds on the board, considering this is a CT map. We do see no kitten on them, so if it gets to the point where don't be a loser, get that diffuser, it's going to be pretty rough.
Yep, and Slowy seems to be back in CSGO, so should be momentarily joining the server, which is great news for us guys. So almost going to get into the second half here, final round of the first half to go. Let's just have a quick look at some of the frags. You can see ADM, again, as I mentioned, shining out here, shortly followed by Mr. It does seem to be a trend in the squad, both heavy fraggers and do a lot of the heavy lifting here, with good support, of course, from the likes of, Raid and Dweezil. Blaze having a bit of a tough time here, but he has had a slightly quieter side of the map per se. But,
yeah, it's when I see a lot of B anchors with low frags, you can't really blame them, especially. A lot of teams don't really rush B in. When they do, it's those 2 rounds where they catch you off guard, and those are the rounds you're supposed to get multi-kills in a sense. And you lose out in those 2 rounds, and you're stuck in a position where you're always running towards the A side for retake, and it's not always favorable retake, and that's also tough when you rotate through the lowers. You're always getting killed by a lurker, so it's tough being a Bianca. It's tough.
To Mirage specifically, I must know the role myself. Criticized heavily sometimes for the cool the smooth 2 for 15 in my time. You didn't see one T for the first 10 rounds, dude, and you got to run in towards A with 5 mollies in jungle, and you can't really do much. But with that said,
especially like those B execs. If you look at those B execs, they do those McDonald's smokes and both the archers and towards cat. So not only that, your rotator's locked out, so you're all on your ace. And if you don't have those protocols set down where you either go towards cat and hold that and let go of the B side, or your teammate comes in and helps you like you're supposed to, it's always gonna be tough. So your reactions also, it's tough. It's a team game. It's Bianca. Say no. Say no.
Stay away from that Bianca position, guys. If you want to be moving up.
Hopefully he does redeem himself when we switch over to the T side. He's he's got those quick reactions, that snappy aim. Blaze not afraid to take those duels.
Yeah, he's well known for his fast, flashy entering capabilities, and he's got quite a bit of catching up to do there. But I have no doubt that he will. But on the side of Big 5 here, pretty even spread. We've got Tianki doing quite a bit of work there, but not no one really falling behind, or no one doing anything too nuts.
Pretty balanced, it's pretty balanced looking over towards Big 5. Not too much uneven distribution between frags. Perhaps the spacing is helping them out. Trades are always in their favor, which they have been, to be honest. It's just those late round decisions that cost them the most.
Yeah, and it looks like Slowy has finally joined the server. Yeah, freeze time is ticking down. Final round of the half here, guys. ESEA Energy Esports vs Big 5. We're back and ready to go here. What will the call be here for the side of Big 5? Tending to lean towards that very, very defensible slow default here, so expect nothing really different. Seems like mid control is again the call. Slowly moving towards the Saps position, which is a little bit different.
Lowest push. Not just the lowest push, the lowest setup. Sorry, I'm actually not watching Water Direct. But so we do see the stock standard coming out of Big 5.
But we called that this was going to be the play, and this was to get that aggression going towards B. The player at low is not able to pick him off fast enough, and Blaze, it cost him his life. And now complete B control. They've got Custom, walks out of A ramp, manages to spot ADM. Definitely knows that the site is weakened at this point in time. Molly's off underneath Duckies. No player is found towards the A bomb site. So it seems like the CTs are playing this retake. Spartan taking that bomb towards A. We're going to find ourselves with a big battle here on the A bomb site.
Yeah, they're not even in the site just yet, but we do see a lot of CTs. I mean, they waited so long, we even got a guy rotating off the B side, but Flash 4 jungle comes in, clears it up. We do have a player top middle to catch off Mr. if he's not too aware of it, but he does seem to be aware of it. He even gets Tianki in the face.
Yeah.
Bomb has been put down. Retake should be commencing anytime soon. Just 2 flashes left. They need to try even out the playing field here with these pop flashes. Custom pop flash into the smoke.
Beautiful stuff from Slowy there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And this forces more flashes. How does he get that shot? That was nuts. And he was blind as well. Goes for the third. That is insane. Slowy gets the fourth. You called it at the start of the game. Here's the end of the half. He absolutely obliterates the CT retake. Great stuff from him. Shit. What an exciting round.
The shot, it almost looks like he's too fast for his actual mouse at a point. He's already looking for the next target before, I mean, the barrel even stops shaking.
Yeah, it was really, really great stuff from him, and I must be honest, you needed a moment of brilliance there to recover that hold. So, coming in, joining, making us all wait, and making it worth it as well. Comes in with a great round there to take Big 5 into the lead here for the second half on Mirage.
Perhaps he took that break to get some performance enhancers and back into that system.
Yeah, a couple Kit Kats and a coffee, you can never go wrong. Kit Kat saved my life, dude.
Fair enough.
Once before, I'll tell you the story later.
We get those sugar levels. But we do see 2 smokes, 4 flashes on Energy Esports. Big 5 do opt for 2 flashes and a kit instead of a smoke. Let's see how this pans out. I'd love to see the setup, let alone the execute from Energy Esports. Do they take it slow? Do they go fast?
Looks like a complete split here. 2 players moving towards A now. Probably going to cause some sort of little fake and try bamboozle the CTs as the rest of the players all and the utility and Adam waiting outside this B bomb site. And it just seems like they've slowed it down. Blaze creating some sort of presence here. Doesn't seem to be like it's too intense, so the CT's not moving just yet.
Yeah, this does seem like a slow round. Blaze just testing out the CT defense, trying to find some pot shots there into someone being a bit too reckless, but they do take it slow, eating down the clock, making the CTs maybe a bit anxious at this point in time.
Yep, indeed, and nothing found, no aggression found by the side of EN, so slowly going to walk all the way back towards that B and make this hit as a 5-man unit. No aggressive positioning from Big 5 either, so it's not like they know this hit's coming in, but they are leading towards that B site.
Yeah, perhaps do we see the McDonald's smokes? Do we see the window cat smoke coming out of Energy Esports? They do have 4 flashes to keep their CTs blind. We have 3 CTs stacking towards the B side, but McDonald's smokes do commence. Flashbangs about to rain in. Blaze taking point, the entry fragger we've spoken about.
Custom takes him out there as the beat breach is coming to effect here, but Custom still in that beautiful spot, locked in by the bench, manages to move out, doesn't get away completely though. Tuckwalk with support, trades it out, and it's a 3v2 situation here. Missed him with the flank, gets Tuckwalk there, excuse me, and is now moving towards this this McDonald's area, as you call it, and they still need to regain or gain control of the site here. Oof, missed him, doesn't manage to land that sitter, and now Spartan gonna get wrapped around again by Misty, doing lots of work this round. Beautiful one tap by him. He should know where the last CT is, and he doesn't manage to pick him up, but he's very, very low. Ooh, beautiful shot there from Dweezil, and 8-8. Energy Esports take the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good start to the pistol there with Custom getting those frags from the players jumping out. I mean, playing anti-flash there was a great setup. It's just towards that later end of that actual exact. The awareness wasn't really there. You know, missed him getting a great flank onto Tiankees and Shorten, you know, getting a second onto Spartan on that pillar.
Yeah, I really like to start a Big 5 though here. Just buying a couple deagles, get a couple 1Ds, and you win the round. But if not too much gain, not too much lost. So not committing into this eager round, getting some aggressive positioning out here in middle, and Energy just taking it really slow on this anti-eco disciplined play as we saw in the last half by Big 5. So respecting the opponents is Energy Esports.
Yeah, everyone knows what these deagles are capable of. We do see some contest in middle between Slowy and Dweezil. Yo, tags him down into 65 HP. He was no more.
Run away is the call there for Dweezil, really pulling far back, and he did have the bomb with him, so quite a bit of info gathered here by Big 5. And Energy Esports, as though they don't need to forcefully make a move just yet, but they do need to start making some sort of play here. They've got no control anywhere at all on the map.
Yeah, they don't really want to run the clock down too much. I mean, we do see most of the CTs. I mean, they're back to a neutral defense, I was about to say though, but I lean towards the B side where I do think Energy will end up in this round. A fake will come in for Mistim, which will force even more CTs towards the A side. Oh, we do see Custom taking contact. Mac 10 does that dirty work.
Yep, and now the hit's going to come in from EN, going to find an empty site here at the B-bomb side, getting that pick off early on. Aggressive positioning here by Tanky, manages to pick off Blaze. Smoked out. Ooh, manages to get traded out by ADM. Ooh, tries to get the deal, gets punished for it, but Tuckwalk gets punished again by ADM. Lots of money coming into his pockets here. So 2v4 situation here for Big 5. A lot of work to do for Spartan and Slowy, but as I said, not much invested into this round. They probably just want to try and get as many picks or try and make this as economically damaging as possible, really.
Yeah, they're going to want to look for some guns to take away or some damage done. There we go, Slowy doing the first bit of work. They found himself an AK at the least. He's going to try to get out of there, but there's a flanker in the name of Mistim just tracking him down listening for sound cues. There we go.
Yep.
Duck hunt activated.
Yeah, definitely going to get found out just so they don't want to let him keep that AK for free here. Dweezil slowly wrapping in. Miston does get the frag, and Spartan manages to get a pick off on ADM. We'll be able to recover that little Mac 10, maybe do some farming this round himself, but we should see a big buy come in. Oh no, not this round. Next round, it seems.
Yeah, this new economy gets me every time too, but they are picking up a few upgraded pistols and some armor. Molotov, flash, nade, Molotov kept from last round, as well as that Mac 10. Drop down the 5.7 to his teammate perhaps, but we do see 3 players heading towards A Palace from Energy Esports. B fake, A pop maybe?
That's exactly what it looks like to me, Tools. It's quick flashes raining into the B bomb site here, but nothing really committed or even spotted. So immediately you can see Big 5 not convinced, moving back towards that A bomb site. But already the bulk burst is coming to effect. Miston's already got aggressive positioning here. Gonna molly off jungle, make that rotation a little bit more difficult here. Slowly, while jumping gets the pick up. There's 2 players traded out for Spartan. This is a 3v3 situation here, and Spartan's got an AK. Beautiful shot there from Tianqi, and now suddenly Energy Esports Raid got tons of work to do here and plays with a weakened Mac 10. Slowly walking into the site here.
Spartan does have a Molotov, mollies off default, pushes a player off there. Raid doing dirty work, getting a double. Spartan eventually burns him out with that molly, back down to 1v1 custom. Low HP, no kit, has to work fast here.
Yeah, and the bomb has been mollied, so he's got no time to win the round, but he is going to just try and kill off Leisure, who manages to farm an extra 600 bucks and pick up the AK. So beautiful stuff from them. But now the gun round comes into effect. Now we see Big 5 with their first full and real buy here. Yeah.
I mean, those 2 rounds are very expensive for Energy Esports. If you look at their money, 1 round lost and they're back to an eco. Big 5 on the other hand have a full buy, their first buy, slowly picking up at that AWP. We love to see.
Yeah, slowly, really potent with the gun as we saw to close the half last round, but Dweezil got an AWP of his own now. It seems like they want to contest towards this middle. Slowly is holding that window area. Has got some support though in the form of Tianqi and Spartan in connector and short. Spartan holding a really aggressive push by plays. They really overstepped his his welcome there with that smoke. But yeah, one trade, one frag in the way of the CTs and advantage gained.
Yeah, a bit overzealous there, especially through a smoke. That top card never favors you as a terrorist going through it. But 4v5 in favor of Big 5 Esports. Energy Esports, did he just reset, try find where they want to finish? Maybe find some openings or a pick before they settle on a destination.
Definitely got to try and find some sort of gap here, but you can see they've relinquished so much control. Ow. That was a dirty shot. My screen just changed to that. Sorry if I missed it, but that was a decent shot there, and that quickly makes this round very difficult. No position for Energy Sports except for this A bomb site, and again, early information is going to be gathered as they throw this util in towards A, and Big 5 should be ready for this.
They do have 2 smokes to work with to isolate some CTs, just to give them some space moving into that site there. Molly under Ducky to clear it out. No stress there.
No one over peeking here on the CT side as well. They're waiting for this breach to properly come in before they have any sort of reaction or commit any sort of gunfight to it. But Slowly Energy now have got this bomb site. Dweezil plants the bomb, instantly get mollied off and spammed by Slowly. Great stuff from them. Beautiful. Tianqi with the support from jungle, and instantly they just traded out, and Big 5 take that gun round very convincingly.
Well played. That was a really well-structured played round. After that first initial contact, that first kill, they all reset their defense into something, I wouldn't say too passive, just enough to find out information as to where the T's will be ended, but not enough to, overexpose or overextend themselves. I mean, Tuckbok, yeah, that molly primed. As soon as the bomb went down, peak from Slowly, perfect setup there, set piece there. But we are going to see a waterfall come out here from Energy Esports.
Classic bulk burst, and with nothing happening with B, I feel like Big 5 should see this coming. It's a very standard sort of eco around here. Here comes the flash, the breach is coming in, but it's held down great by Spartan and Tuckball, crossfiring from short and from this CT area. Spartan getting aggressive, getting confident, and Big 5 take that anti-eco, make quick work of it, and that was shut down.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough, doing that waterfall, especially if you don't smoke top, middle. That connector plays always going to be at the right time, but the right place when middle's cleared. So, quite full coster there from Big 5.
Yep, no, standard stuff there, but here we see a little bit more invested in this A burst, if you will, from the side of EN. All 5 pistols moving towards the A ramp, throwing a molly here to prevent the window smoke from coming through, but no window smoke to come through at the moment as they all wait outside A ramp here. Here comes the exec.
Exec coming in, call it the diamond formation, top stairs, jungle and CT. Just gonna be very interesting to see the reaction from the CT team. Flashes coming out, blinding Tuckbook off that A side. Retake is called. Spartan
Plays a connector, yeah, but Spartan gets picked off. That gives the CT in jungle the positioning though to get that pick. But Tiaki with a great frag, and Tuckbook again aggressively trading here towards CT and picks off the last player. And again, quick work here on the defense of Big 5. Played retake, looked a bit messy in the beginning, but able to hold it down quite well, saving all of those guns crucially to the next round.
It's for the second time now they've survived with 4 plays, but interesting exec. I actually like the initiative from Energy Esports to go through that smoke. I mean, Max, you'd be fighting 2 players there, an AWPer that they heard in window, and they did catch Spartan unawares. If they just were able to get an extra kill, the round could have turned on its head there, but Tuckbook always reacting the right way there of late in that A side.
Yeah, just as soon as his teammates are taking any sort of heat, he just gets really aggressive in that CT position and always picks a player off guard. So beautiful work from him, and so now we see a slower default play come out of Energy here, but already missed him openly just walking outside of A ramp. That's going to pull some sort of rotation back here as Big 5 tend to move their defense here, but Energy not committing to anything, very, very passive outside of B. Dweezil going to try to take this off towards middle and find a pick.
Very spread from Energy Esports. Look at their default, 2 upper, 1 middle, 2 B, 2 and 2 asks. Dweezil all isolated middle with that AWP. Some confidence. But we do see the bomb rotating back to the A side there. Window smoke is about to come out. We do have a player sitting in lowers. We are going to see a H pinch coming in any time now. It's going to be up to the 3 CT players to hold it down or play for the retake here.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of work for them here, but especially now that Blaze has cut them off here in this connected position. But Spartan manages to pick off Blaze. Is he aware that there's a player above middle? I don't think so. Missed him. Moves here towards A. He's creep past Spartan. Going to get caught out now. Tuckbook not able to do anything from C support. Gets one. I was mistaken. He's still doing a lot of work here. He needs to get Mistim to hold the sights. He manages to do it. Beautiful stuff. Throws out the body towards the default position. Spots out ADM. So 3v2 situation, but the bomber his position is known. Slowly, peeking out of jungle is slowly. Crazy stuff from him again. Just aggressively peeking with that confidence with the AWP. And they must know this player is towards Connect. And
he's gonna go around and save this. I mean, he didn't get the bomb down there, so it's definitely a safe come out of Dweezil considering his HP. But I mean, I don't want to critique the play from Slowy. I think it was the right decision considering as I looked at the minimap there, Tuckbook and him swung out just to contest that bomber. They did know it was a 1v1 as soon as the bomb planter puts that thing down, but it could have been a fake, but the right play was made at the end of the day. Good patience all round from, Energy East. I mean, Big 5 not Energy Esports, and especially in middle, they're not overextending. They're keeping control of that connector, not allowing Energy to split that A side.
Yeah, and despite the fact that Tuckbook's calling for assistance there after spotting the players up ramp, Spartan keeps his cool, knows that if he doesn't kill the player and connector, the round is probably over. So manages to secure that position for his team, so important on Mirage. So good stuff from him, but again, another ace, an A burst setup looks to be coming in here. Dweezil just openly walking out with the AWP here as the smokes are set to throw as soon as they take contact, but Tuckbook giving them absolutely nothing here. There comes the execute, slowly holding this jungle angle here. We're gonna find one. Beautiful stuff from again. Slowly throwing some nades towards Sandwich, and this A hit has been quite successful. They've got the site planting the bomb, and they're gonna move into some post plants, but Big 5 giving them all the space, allowing. Ooh, now suddenly this is a very difficult position. They've got control of CT, but Custom going to reinforce it here. Take this aggressive position in the retake.
Oh, Adam wants to find this gun, but he has to battle Custom before he even does so. We do have Dweezil in A ramp, but this battle is prominent. He wins it. Adam, down to a 2v1 at the least. He does have a molly to work with, and Slowy doesn't care for the molly. Doesn't care for Adam at all.
No, the molly burns. Yeah, burns him to death now. Makes it a bit tighter, but he's got it. Makes things interesting, but we know he's got the defuse. Unfortunately, we've heard it too many times before.
If Dweezil stays alive, just for an extra couple of seconds to let Adam take that fight there, but I think he felt he had to add value. He had to add value before the CTs crossed towards that site. So There's no right way to play that situation. The only way you can play it right of fate is on your side, but in that case it really wasn't. But we do see another buy coming in. Big Five are stacking up that money in that bank.
Yeah, feeling very comfortable on the CT half. His Big Five here got lots to work with, even if they make a few mistakes. None yet, though. Been really convincing on these buy rounds, especially Spartan here, holding this connector quite strong. Slowly hits every single shot. Not even surprised. Goes for another one. Lovely stuff. And now Dweezil slowly retreats back. No AWP battle.
Yeah, I mean he did that smoke in window, so that molly didn't really land correctly. You can't really expect that. How can you call, the molly hasn't landed because it's such a far distance? So it's pretty much a gamble. That's why you see a lot of teams opt to throw top mid and window smoke in case that happens. So I think Energy will adjust that way. But for now, we see them heading towards the A side. All the information is being gained there. All the information. Spartan pushing T spawn. We should see some rotations from the B players just in a few seconds, but Takbok just doing his jump spot. Nice flash.
Oh wow, Gaston. Teach
Nice.
me. Yeah, that's what you. That's talking about B anchors. That's what you want to see. But now CT should have a good idea that these players are here towards. They actually don't, because Spartan is actually moving back towards B apps to clear it. They can see that they're a bit more concerned about it. But now Takbok spots the players. Gonna fall back into that retake position. He's had a lot of success with it so far. Slowly taking some aggressive peeks here with the AWP. Gets one. He's gonna go for the re-peek. Doesn't manage to land it though. Dweezil over the next Slowey with the refrag. That's it. That's what we like to see. Slowey again.
That's smooth, man. Just to be able to, make sure you elevate your angle just a bit higher in the stair. I mean, you have to probably go back plus jump sideways to get on there to avoid that contact there, and even get that frag on top of that. Good work by Slowey, but even better from Takbok, jump spotting at that ticket there. It gets some information as well. He doesn't die there, and that money grenade he threw was pretty power.
Yep, for sure. And they hold that ace bomb site once again, so almost no success for Energy Esports on it just yet. And this really incredible, tight defensive setup coming out of Big Five. So this round we have here, very slow default from EN, nothing boasty.
Mr. must having the worst time. You get naded early round, and as he feels more comfortable to go forward, he gets grenaded again into 39 HP. But yeah, you are right about this defense on Big Five. It's very disciplined, especially in those mid-round situations there.
Yep. And it's putting Energy in an uncomfortable spot. You can see that so far they haven't managed to take much ground or push any sort of real positioning or taking any sort of position away from Big Five, but retaking or re-aggressing towards middle. Yeah, ADM smoking that top middle off, and now they take control.
Yeah, at least they've established some sort of mid control. The bottom corner smoke like we always see. Slowey, bit overzealous there, gets picked off by Blaze. Nice flick nonetheless. It's exactly what they want. Get pick middle, rotate back to the A side for an exec, but Spartan is going to try and look for trades, I'm assuming they're from Blaze's frag there. Does come in indeed. Now the jig's up for Energy Esports. They're going to start walking out A ramp. Tuckbox spots them nonetheless, so rotation should be coming in. Spartan, gets in trouble. Adam trades him out.
Yep, now the site is on the side of the CT's. Tianki gets another frag, but Takbok with this positioning again, he manages to get another pick jumping on this box when the player's unaware. Beautiful stuff. And Takbok now waiting for the plant. He calls it.
Taken around by 2 players there. Raid with the 3 kills to open.
Takbok holding CT like an absolute gem here. Really solid for Big Five this entire half. And yeah, 15-10 and Energy Esports, not a full buy here to work with.
Takbok's coming in, but not just to say Takbok's doing a good job, he's doing a great job. Not much A anchors have that sort of discipline to stay alive. You'll see them jump up at the wrong time when they're actually coming into the site, but Takbok jumps up when they actually take contact from connector. I mean, not only that, he's jump spotting. As soon as he sees one, he puts in a grenade, relays the information, and stays alive. It's the most important point. I mean, if you're staying alive, you're letting your team rotate, and you can't let them, take CT spawn. As soon as the T's take CT spawn, the retake becomes that much harder. And so far, Takbok's not having none of it. But what kind of response are we looking for from Energy Esports? What are they doing right in some respects of this game?
I feel like they're not committing on their mid control. Like they're not. I mean, they managed to get a frag onto Slowy, but their mid control hasn't been that brilliant. It hasn't made Big Five uncomfortable. You saw Spartan having a great time in connector the whole game. Slowy been getting multiple frags in the middle of the whole game, so it doesn't feel like they've had much success there. So either stay away from it completely, like we see in this round, or just make sure you establish it. Go lowers, get that control. But yeah, very defensive start here at the beginning of the round.
And also, if you look at Energy's default, they start with a 2-1-2 in majority of their rounds, and they tend to try to take mid control a bit late, but by then you're not too sure where the CTs can or cannot be positioned, where as early on in the actual mid take you have some rough idea of where they can be exposed to or where not to be exposed to. And yeah, sure, they're trying to make sure there's no aggressive plays from upper B and A ramp and upper palace, but you know, the name of the game is mid control. As soon as you have mid control, you can split any side, but we do see exactly what we spoke about as them taking mid control, some sort of boost into the window.
Yeah, they've managed to actually get that mid control, which is important, but Slowy is aware of it here. You can see he's moved into this defensive position here to punish any sort of wrap coming in from that window, so we'll see if that comes into effect. It does. Again, picks him off, so that's almost like they let him in there, but Blaze picks off Spartan. That makes this look a little bit better for Energy Esports here. You can see the pincer coming in. Bomb is moving towards T-Spawn here, towards his A bomb site, and both players on B still.
Yeah, they are setting query here at the moment. They have control of that A site, but they need to figure out which site they're going to plant for the planting default. The favorite plant will be for Connector. We do see the rotations coming in from Big 5 Esports here. Nice and slow, just how I like it, or slowly picking off rate, perhaps picking off a second on Blaze. Bomb's about to go down. Oh, the cat player picks the bomb off. Missed him. Can't do much there. Can't do much at all.
And that's all she wrote, and I feel like that second half performance from Slowy was absolutely insane.